Welcome, everybody. Let's go Niners. My name is Jason Aponte.
Hello. Oh, you're leading off.
Wait, are you leading this? I'm leading this. You doing this? I'm doing this.
You got it. You're good. Hello, this is Jason Aponte's YouTube channel. Here you go. You got it.
No. This is technically a Sprint Right Option podcast episode, so I should let Andrew Pasquini do this, and I think that we got our wires crossed. Go for it, Andrew.
Hey, new episode Sprint Right Option podcast on Jason Aponte's YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, do that because it's the place to be. My favorite football team is 1-0 in the preseason right now, so that's pretty cool. I don't think the score, obviously, we'll mention 28-21. The 49ers win. Quarterback play was pretty solid throughout. I'm sure there's specific names we're going to mention, but Jason, just quick and dirty overall thoughts on the win tonight.
I mean, I've been talking about, and shout out to Peyton, the playback stream was fire. Thank you guys for tapping in with that. I've been talking about being level-headed and everything, and you know how one really good game, few reps shouldn't change your perception of Trey Lance. But 20-0, Super Bowl MVP, MVP, all of that, it's all on the table. No, seriously. I really like some of the things that I saw from Trey in terms of processing, staying in the pocket, knowing when to run. He always keeps his head up. These are encouraging things. Again, no reason to go crazy with what happened today, but at the same time, be encouraged, be excited, and there's nothing wrong with that at that point. Nothing wrong with that at that point.
And yeah, my thing is literally I tweeted it kind of as a joke, but kind of true. The first pass Trey Lance made, he had to step up, dance around the pocket, and scrambled. And my instant tweet was, Trey Lance literally did something I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo can do. And like, I don't want to make that comparison. I'm not going to be that comparison guy the whole season. It just was kind of funny that the first pass play of the Trey Lance era that we see is him doing something we haven't seen a Niners quarterback do since Colin Kaepernick. So that's always fun. And then the touchdown pass was, I mean, what more can you ask for? What more can you ask for from him?
And again, you can be inspired by the run, and the run looks good. But he kept his eyes downfield, yes. and that's the thing, is not running and bailing on the quarterback, on the pocket, right? Being a quarterback, looking down the field, that is the stuff that keeps you encouraged about Trey Lance. There's going to be bumps, there's going to be bruises. Everything's not going to be this. Trey Lance is going to have to play more than 2 series every single game, right? Going forward. I mean, he won't play this next game. That's fine. Don't care. But the things that we were excited about, be excited about. And that doesn't mean that you should break out the confetti, say that he's going to do what Patrick Mahomes did. At the same time, if he can be healthy, if this team can be healthy, if this defense can be healthy, then you're excited about this team and their chances. Trey Lance on that throw, that was something that on 3rd and 9, down the field from the slot, you don't get that with the other guy. And I don't want to make this about like dumping on, Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm just talking about this is why you make the move to him. That's not in the bag. It's just not in the bag. And for everybody that's yelling, and I see it in the chat. I don't want to talk about Zach Wilson's injury because, first of all, I don't want to lap up somebody who may lose their season. I feel terrible for him. And we don't know. Now, Robert Saleh went to the press conference today and said he doesn't feel it's an ACL. That doesn't mean it's not an ACL because I've heard coaches say it's minor, whatever it is. I don't want to speculate on a guy's injury that may end his season. And I don't want to lap that up by using it to talk about, well, we should trade for Jimmy Garoppolo. That's almost as bad as people saying, well, this guy got injured. What happens to my fantasy team? Let's relax a little bit. Let's figure out what's going on. And let's not be that fan base, please. No. I understand. You want this thing to end. I want it to end. But please, can we be better? Just a little bit better. That's all. I don't want to be above or looking down on people. But relax, everybody. Like, please, man, let's figure out what's going on first. And remember, that's a human being who may lose his season. Again, chill out. Just chill out a little bit. Let me get to this documentary. I don't even know, man. Trey Lance has got me out of control. This donation. Chris Royal said, can we talk Womack? Damn. Man, Womack was running with the ones at nickel. I think you need to make a look at him, man, at this point. Like,
Yes.
we know what Darquise Dennard is, but I think that Womack offers more upside, man. He was great today. And forget the interceptions. He's just been a guy who's been constantly playing well at camp, and now look at this. So,
well, I want to mention the interceptions really quick, actually, because Jason, you and I we talk about interceptions quite a bit on this podcast, and what they mean, and we talk about how a lot of them, more often than not, the interceptions are because of a weird bounce, kind of like McCray Ball's interception, where it went off the Packers receiver hand straight into the air into his hands. Both of Womack's interceptions in this game were him making plays. I mean, the first one, the strip, I mean, I don't know if you want to call it a strip interception, whatever it is. He rips the ball to the Packers receiver, he intercepts it, makes a play happen. And then the second one, I thought that was, and I'll see what it looks like on the film and all that fun stuff, but he was in the receiver's back pocket the whole route. He knew exactly where, I believe it was Jordan Love was going with the ball. Was it off of Love? Was the second one off of Love? I don't think it was. No, it was off Love. All three was Love. He watched Love the whole way, didn't separate from his receiver, and made the play. So Samuel Womack's exciting, and I maybe got a little excited after the second interception about pencil him in on the 53-man roster. But
he's in. No,
I think he's got to be in, right?
Yeah,
like,
he didn't need that. He didn't need that second interception to be on a 53 at all. He was already running with the ones. That's how they evaluated him. There's not a guy that shows up with the ones to start practice that doesn't make the team. Womack already made the team. Now the question becomes, start him over Dennard, and I'm with it. I think at this point, I think that he's fine in his run game. I think that the interceptions are a bonus. When Jimmy Ward said pick city, I don't think that that's hyperbole. Like, seriously, at this point. And we didn't even get a game with Ward and Mosley yet. Like, seriously, I think you are about to see more interceptions than you've ever seen, which gives you more confidence in Trey Lance, because that changes possessions, changes field position, and puts him in that spot. So, yes, start Samuel Womack. Shout out to Luis, man. Appreciate the pesos, $100 in pesos. The rookies were balling today. Yes, they were, man. Spencer Burford, that's your right guard. That's your right guard. That's it. And I don't think that anybody should have looked at it any other way. He literally took every single snap at right guard. Makes sense. This is a fun time. Look, this is one game. I think that for the most part, until we find out what's going on with Drake Jackson, which is a bummer. Yeah. You want to see him on there. He had a pass deflection. I think for the most part, they got out of this game how we wanted them to get out of this game, healthy. And we'll find out about Drake Jackson in a little bit.
Yeah, just a shoulder injury. That's all we know. But yeah, Drake Jackson looked good. Spencer Burford looked good. Tyrion Davis-Price. Jason, we talked about it yesterday. You talked about the speed. Good. The Poe looked good, but the speed with Tyrion Davis-Price, like you mentioned, he's not the fastest, but he gets to his top speed faster than anybody on this Niners offensive or on this running back group.
Pick City.
And we saw it. Hollywood, thank you for the donation. Pick City. But yeah, just a solid game by the rookies. Quarterbacks overall, 15 for 22, 212, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Hasty had a solid game. I get, 5 carries, 36 yards, and this is a tough camp for Hasty because he's been here for so long. We'll see. Paul, thank you. Get Rich on here so you can tell him.
Paul, look, for anybody who missed, we did the playback on stream today. Shout out to everybody that joined, man. We had over like 100 people in there for a while. It was great. It was an interesting time to have Rich, Vish, Akash, and I, and we got some interesting things out there. So Mason ran well. Look, again, if Jordan Mason doesn't make this team, it's not going to be because Jordan Mason isn't good at football.
Yes.
It's because this team is loaded. That's it. Lalo, chill out, man. Chill out, man. Alex is my guy. Keep cooking on Twitter. Yo, these young dudes on Twitter, man, they make this fun, man. They make it a lot of fun. Like, for the same time that sometimes I get upset and I'm just like cooking people, like I cooked the former scout today, like real quick. Like, they make it fun, man. It's so fun. So let me get to this donation real quick. Again, Chris Royal, thank you, man. Appreciate you, bro. Also, D-line depth looks great. They were pushing the O-line all over the field and really made Love uncomfortable most of the time. Kamiko Toure.
Yes, that's a name I wanted to make sure we said.
Go for it. Talk about it.
He looked really good. I don't think he had a sack, but he felt like he was in the backfield the whole game. I don't know the snap counts off the top of my head either. We're not going to have those, but I feel like Toure was the name that was mentioned the most in terms of positive things. He seemed to be in the backfield all the time. And it just overall good game from Kamoko Toure. And thank you, Christian, for the donation.
Christian, thank you for the generous donation. Appreciate you, man. Go for it, Andrew.
One preseason game and all 3 levels of depth looks effing solid. This looks like a well-coached team. These coaches and Shanahan are top-notch, make players play to their full potential as a whole unit. And yeah, man, listen, I don't want to overreact to one preseason game. We've said it. But I've definitely had that thought that like this team, we've talked about the depth in a lot of places. The whole preseason or the whole training camp, and we saw it today.
And we joked yesterday about Shanahan being a leader of men just because of the opening of brick by brick. But
yes,
we're not joking.
Yeah,
it's not a joke. It's not a joke.
It feels something feels, and I don't. Is it the Trey Lance effect? I don't know, but something feels different about this team, and what it is, I don't know yet. We'll find out the more they play. But there was a little bit like because. You saw everybody. I don't need to list the 20 guys who didn't dress today. I don't think anybody needs to hear me list 20 names, but the Niners obviously didn't have their A team out there, but there was this energy, there was this fire, there was this I don't want to say passion because that feels corny and cheesy to say. There was something about this team. I guess, like, dare I say, they have that dog in them. I don't want to keep falling back on that. Right, so but like, there's something there, right? You feel that, right?
Of course, Andrew. Let's talk about what the hyperboles and the cliches are. Built different, dog in them. Is this team him? All of them, all of those things, right? After one preseason game, it's good to talk about things like that. I did want to talk about something that I did see in here real quick. Oh, this is what I want to talk about. Your quarterback 2. You're in good hands with Sudfeld.
Yes.
Okay, guys? You thought I was joking. You literally thought I was joking. But I think what you remember is Nate Sudfeld from Philly. What I've noticed, because I've watched him over 2 camps, is I've noticed a guy who can operate the offense, can spin that thing. And for most of the options that you've gotten in terms of the clips, it's been Nate Sudfeld who has thrown that thing into certain guys. Notice that. Pretty funny, huh? And when you notice how much money they gave Nate Sudfeld, I don't think quarterback 2 is as big of an issue as people have made it seem, that you need to keep Jimmy Garoppolo because you need a great quarterback 2 when quarterback 2s aren't growing on trees. Nate Sudfeld's fine. And if there was any reason that Nate Sudfeld or Brock Purdy, whatever, we'll talk about him in a bit, has to play extended games, then your team is cooked in general. So, like, don't get too wrapped up in who's the backup, because if the backup has to play many games, it's not a good thing.
No.
Nobody has good backup quarterbacks. Colt McCoy only played 2 games. And you guys are like, look at Colt. Yeah, let him play 5. I bet you those next 3 don't go the way that you think it will, because that's why backups are backups. Yeah. So, yeah, if Nate Sudfeld had to step in for a game, yes, I feel fine. You know why? Talent, defense, coaching will put him in a good spot. But if Nate Sudfeld has to play 5 games, 7 games, your team's cooked.
Wake up, honey, Sudfeld darts.
Sudfeld darts. Like, you thought I was playing with y'all.
Yes.
You literally thought I was playing with y'all. Like I literally sat there and said this, and everyone's like, shut up, man. Stop with I'm not playing with you. I really am not playing with you. Some of the best one-on-ones I saw last camp were Nate Sudfeld throws. Yeah. Some of the best throws that you've seen, the 49ers post on 49ers.com, shout out to Brad Graham, that's just an inside joke, are from Nate Sudfeld. And quarterback 2s generally aren't good. Like, I don't understand. Like, everybody's sitting there talking about, well, you need a good quarterback 2. Quarterback 2s aren't good like that. Like, they're not. Nobody has a good quarterback 2. Don't tell me Tyrod Taylor.
We have an unfortunate amount of experience of talking quarterback 2 on this podcast, and it doesn't lead to fun conversations. And we're like, the goal is, Jason, is we spend these next 3 weeks talking about how good Sudfeld looks, and we never speak about it until preseason. We don't talk about it until preseason next year. That's the goal. And you mentioned the contract and everybody wanting Jimmy as the backup, but $2 million for Sudfeld as a backup is significantly better than $24 million or $27 million, whatever it is, for Jimmy Garoppolo as a backup.
For a guy who may not play. All right. Hollyworld73, thank you for your donation. Been a Niner fan since before the catch. Wow. Shout out to you. This team looks and feels different. And I'll believe you on this one. You add in the guys who didn't dress in wow, like you were saying, Andrew. he's backing Andrew right now, pretty much.
Hey, we
so
love it.
yeah.
Hey, speaking of the catch, actually, did you hear Greg Papa plug the pod today? Not like directly.
Sprint right option.
He said at the very end, like they showed the catch because of the Vince Scully call. Yeah, dude. Hey, Greg Papa officially listens to every podcast. We know that, right? So that's confirmed. Man, I feel like we've been a little all over the place. It's a little less organized than normal Sprint Right Option podcast, but there's a lot of good things to talk about. Sam, we already talked about Womack. He looked really good. The 2 interceptions were amazing. Chris, thank you for the donation. No good to be. We have to be a good Yeah, there we go. Jason, I'm gonna let you talk for 1 second. I'm just gonna mute and take my camera off real quick.
Take your time. Yeah. Oren Burks looks like a guy who will contribute. When you guys think about what happened in camp, he was the first one up with the linebackers after Dre Greenlaw took a day off. And that's crazy, thinking that Demetrius Flanigan-Fowles was on his team. And he wasn't the first guy up. It was Oren Burks. And a lot of people just attributed that to special teams. But he's a guy that they clearly believe in on that side. I want to say Hufanga had a really good hit today. I don't want to hear about taunting, anything like that. He looked good. I am concerned. Can I talk about concerns? Tarvarius Moore concerns me.
You can talk about concerns, yes.
Tarvarius Moore concerns me. And it concerns me because what I saw at camp was he actually looked like a guy who still had his speed, could turn his hips and go. And it's again, it goes back to what we talked about. When we have concerns about a player, right, Hufanga, who doesn't have necessarily the athletic gifts that Moore has, doesn't mean that means he can cover, right? Like Hufanga can cover even if he's not athletically gifted. There's a guy who has more athletic gifts, and unfortunately, he can't cover. Tarvarius Moore needs to pick this up because I think they plan to use him a bunch of 3 safety looks. And they want Tarvarius Moore to be the guy over the top. Vish made a great point on the playback stream. If you guys weren't there, I would ask why, and you should be on the next one. But he plays better closer to the line, moving around, being that lurker robber, even with that speed. For some reason, he has trouble covering. And you saw it today. Romeo Doubs ran right by him. Mm-hmm. Ran right by him. And I want the kid to succeed. He had an interception in the Super Bowl. He has a ton of talent, but man, it's infuriating to see that kind of happen with him.
Well, and the nervous thing is about the touchdown too, is he knew he had 0 coverage over the top, and Dobbs ran by him like I don't even know that wasn't a good rep. And I know more often than not talking about it in a safety role, but like if you're put in a situation where you have to play in press coverage and you know you have no coverage over the top, and you just not even stood a chance. Like at no point did I think, oh yeah, he's got this recovered. It wasn't good. And yeah, if we're talking a little more concerns, I think outside of Samuel Womack, I think the secondary as a whole.
Shout out to you, Kilo, man. Thank you.
Had some questions. Thank you, Kilo. Thank you for the membership. It's the cornerback room was a little concerning. I still think outside of Womack, but it's okay because this in theory is your 4th, 5th, 6th quarterback situation, right? And we don't want to talk about it.
And don't get it twisted. Ambry Thomas had a PBU.
Yes, he did.
But if you watch that play, the concerns that we have with Ambry are there. He is fast enough to get back, but when he gets beat by a step, he starts to panic and flail a little bit at the end. Now, they didn't call it, so I'm not going to hold it against him. If they don't call it, don't care. But that's the issue more than anything is that. And it's just, but that's your 3rd and 4th corner, right? So how many guys, I don't know about that, Zach. I think I think he makes the 53. I think he makes the 53.
He almost has to make the 53, and I know it doesn't count that with this. It shouldn't work this way, but I mean, early draft pick last year, he played an important role. The depth is important.
Is that what the streets are saying? Is that what Kyle's saying? That Drake Jackson's okay?
I will look it up. I'll see what.
No, he's not. He's at his presser right now. So someone's watching behind us.
49 per Mayoko 2 minutes ago. 49ers coach Kyle Shanahan said defensive end Drake Jackson sustained a shoulder stinger, so probably
he's fine.
He'll be
Stinger.
fine, yeah.
He'll be all right. Good. You know what? You know what now? Get everybody to week 1.
Yes.
Elijah Mitchell's injured. Get him to week 1. Both cornerbacks are injured. Get him to week 1. Get Drake Jackson to week 1. Put Trey Lance in a hyper sensitive chamber. Yes. Don't even let him step on the field. I don't care anymore. Don't care about the joint practices. Don't care about that next game. Don't care about that third game, which they'll probably run guys out there. Get them out there. That's it. It doesn't matter at this point. The coaching, the talent, everything. Get them out there. That's it.
Greg Papa said that Trey Lance was on a 10-snap play limit at the start of the game, and when he came out for that second drive, I was just like, I don't know how I feel. I don't like this. And then it was the third down. You knew it was his last play. I'm like, hey, Kyle, just throw it up. Let's see what happens, just for fun. And then that's the play. It happens.
XO, Justin School. I don't want to disrespect football players, but he lost like every single one-on-one rep in camp. I knew when he was out there, it's a problem. That's why you can't leave him out there. Like, you know what I found encouraging? Let's talk about this. Forget that, because I think Justin School is not going to make this team at this point, because Colton McKivitz is an upgrade. You know what I want to talk about? Mike McGlinchey played a whole series, made it through. That's important.
Yes.
No matter how much you guys want to like talk crazy about, this and that. No. You know that we defend Mike here, and this team needs Mike, because who will be the right tackle? Will it be Justin School? No. Jalen Moore is injured. It needs to be Mike now. It needs to be Mike.
Yeah, and the nice thing is with Drake Jackson coming out and only having a shoulder stinger, we can officially talk. This team came out of this healthy, at least from first look.
No, we can't.
No, we can't.
Dante Johnson.
Oh, when Dante Johnson go down? Did I miss that?
They're evaluated for a concussion.
Okay, so Dante Johnson evaluated for a concussion, so that's not great. So they come out relatively injury-free then.
Yeah, and Jordan Mills, actually, Jordan Mills, he did a great job in one-on-ones when he came into camp. And he's a veteran guy. Again, Kyle Shanahan made you believe that Tom Compton was a starting right tackle in this league for a little while. Why not Jordan Mills? Then this is good depth. And that was somebody that they found. So why not Jordan Mills? I think he looked great in camp. I thought he did a good job on one-on-ones. And he looked like a guy who was motivated. And he looks like a guy who fits what this team wants to do. All right, here we go. Chris Wall. Dante Johnson was said not to have a concussion, but rib. I trust Chris because he has the Aqua Teen Hunger Force logo. So I'm going to go with what he said. So, yeah.
Oh, it's no, it wasn't a concussion, but an injury to his ribs.
Good.
That's what it is. So that's we'll see what that means.
He'll be
obviously, we will need to find out. Somebody started talking in my ear. That was confusing. So we'll need to find out the severity of that. That'll probably be a tomorrow thing. I running backs. Have we talked about them? I know we talked Tyrion Davis-Price, Jordan Mason a little bit, JaMychal Hasty a little bit. Trey Sermon got 6 carries, 11 yards, nothing fantastic.
So I'm caught a tunnel screen. What was that, Kyle? I saw Trey Lance step back and throw a tunnel screen to Trey Sermon. File that under things I never thought that I would ever see. A tunnel screen? Like, that's to Ayuk or Debo.
Hey, man, one reception for 5 yards. So there it is.
Paul M says, Meatwad, get the honeys, G. If you never watched Aqua Teen Hunger Force, you're not going to get that one. 100%. This stream is going as swimmingly as I thought it would. 335 people in here right now, 25 minutes in. If you are not subscribed to this channel, make sure you are. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you have your notifications on when we go live. Also, wherever you get your audio podcast, make sure that you subscribe to the Sprint Right Option podcast, hosted by Andrew Pasquini and some other guy.
Jason Aponte is the other guy's name, in case you guys didn't pick up what we were putting down. What else, man? I liked how they used Danny Gray. I mean, the first touchdown of preseason, the Trey Lance big play, obviously, but 2 receptions for 99 yards. It's about what we expected from Danny Gray when you draft him and you hear what his best talents are, right? He's a stretch the field kind of receiver. So that's pretty good.
Yeah. And Danny Gray had some inconsistencies at camp. Couldn't beat man coverage when we were there sometimes, could on other times, but Kyle's going to find a way to get him open, whether that's motion. And they ran. So Romeo Doubs scored on slot fade, which is something that the Packers ran with Devontae Adams a ton of times because Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams connection is elite, and they allow him to do that. And then the 49ers come right back with their own version of it. I think it was 4 verticals, but they still ran it to the side. And it went to the guy that it was supposed to go to, Danny Gray. And that's why Juwan Jennings started today. But Juwan Jennings was on special teams, if you guys noticed. Now, I don't want to start to push the doghouse portion of this, but Juwan Jennings is going to have to pick it up because he was not playing well in camp. And what are they going to do now at this point? You have to contribute one way or another in this roster. I'm not saying that Juwan Jennings' roster spot is in any way in peril, but he dropped a ton of passes. He had trouble with separation, and we all expected him to just be lockstep the third guy. So it's going to be interesting how this goes with going forward. So Toby Rivera, thank you for your donation. How do I become a member? Trey Area. If you check the description, that's how you can become a channel member. I believe if you just if you're watching on your phone, click that button on the bottom. You'll see the link right there so you can become a member. And Daniel says, hi from Brazil. What time is it in Brazil, Daniel, right now?
I think they're on your coast, actually. Brazil's just below us.
Really?
Yeah, Brazil is 100% below us. Brazil time. Let's see what time it is in Brazil. Really? It is 1:07 a.m. in Brazil, so they're an hour ahead of you.
Oh, so they're ahead of us. Okay, well,
they're a little ahead.
Nice of you to check in with us from Brazil, man. Appreciate it. 1 a.m.
Geography with the Sprint Right Option podcast. Brazil,
I mean, you're getting it all.
South. Yes, this podcast is a little bit of everything.
Marcos Mendez says, Jay, no hate. I thought you said Purdy was bad. All right, let's talk about it.
He looked fine. His first throw, I literally texted Jason and said, I promise we won't have to talk about Purdy. And then he looked fine. He definitely has a confidence to him in the pocket and behind the line of scrimmage. So there's that. That's the thing I noticed. I'm not going to take away anything from his throws because he wasn't asked to do a ton. The first throw wasn't exciting. It wasn't great, but he was fine after.
Marcos, thank you for the donation, first of all. He'll be on the practice squad.
Yes.
I don't know what that means. Like, you're going to be on the practice squad. He had a throw to Danny Gray in camp. That was a deep shot. Is that you?
The sirens? Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, wow. Sacramento's wild.
9 o'clock at night, Midtown Sacramento. Let's go.
He had a throw to Danny Gray. Deep shot. Nice throw. He'll have a throw 5 yards in front of him. It'll look bad. They're not keeping 3 quarterbacks. No. So he'll be on the practice squad. He'll just be there just in case, especially during, we're still living in COVID land, even if, nobody wants to, continue to talk about that.
I don't know. Kirk Cousins
doesn't care about COVID. That's why he's got it again. But he was bad. I'm not going to back off that. I'm really not going to back off that. I really won't. He's just going to be a practice squad guy, man. You know who your quarterback 2 is based on – just follow the contract, follow the money. It's Nate Sudfeld. Whatever, man. Good. You know what I wanted – you know what was good about this? Is you get to see more from the wide receivers and things like that. It was good. He has some nice throws. Fine. It's just I've got people on the internet telling me that Purdy and Sudfeld should be playing over Trey Lance.
Those people just like the attention.
So maybe in my world right now, what I'm doing is just being overly critical of a guy that I don't want to hear anything about.
Yeah, that's fully possible. Because
but shout out to you, Marcus. Appreciate you, bro.
We appreciate the donation as always. Yeah, man, I just solid night from the quarterbacks, and that's good to see. A solid night overall.
What a good team.
If they feel good, That's the vibe. I'm not going to guarantee a Super Bowl run or anything like that. after one game, it feels good. It feels like there wasn't too much to complain about. There wasn't too much to say, hey, this wasn't great. Just as a whole, 3 interceptions. TC 49er, it was just a stinger. He'll be fine.
He'll be fine.
So he's fine.
No, here it is. I'm going to put you on the spot, Andrew. Daniel from Brazil wants to know, and because it's 1 a.m., we got to answer.
Will we go to the playoffs? What do you think about? Yeah, I think. Well, listen, man, and I don't want to lean too in because I'm sure we're gonna have a season preview show.
No. It's not time for level-headedness. It's not time for you.
Yes, yeah, no, absolutely.
It's time for you off the hip. Go.
Yes, they're going to the playoffs. They are.
Go.
If anything, at worst, the 4th best team in the NFC right now, and that's at worst.
I'm bad at math. That's all. I'm just thinking about.
At worst, here's my list. Bucks, is at worst.
Packers,
Rams. And I'm saying at worst.
Okay.
So I'm not saying the Rams are better than the Niners. I don't know that yet. But yeah, they're going to the playoffs. I don't see a world where that doesn't happen. 49ers
Shaolin Style X. Shout out to you. I love Wu-Tang. And thank you for being in the Get Playback room. Jason Purdy is the GOAT. What you talking about? I ain't gonna lie. I'm getting cooked right now because Brock Purdy with some good throws. Man.
Well, hey, man, 3 for 6, 36 yards. A fan base that's used to Jimmy Garoppolo praising Brock Purdy for the night. We love it.
This is how you know it's a good night. This is how you know it was a good night. No one is talking particularly down on people, and people are now talking about Brock Purdy being good. Now, all right, so now, if I want to be positive, now you're talking about a team that is all the way moving in the right direction. Isn't it funny? Oh, I'm so concerned about training camp, man. I don't know, man. He's got these training camp numbers. Then Trey Lance goes out there in a preseason game, throws a bomb.
Oh.
And everybody's like, man, we're back on it. Like, does that not prove to you the training camp stuff, the numbers, all that stuff? Throw it out of the fucking window, please, man. Like, come on, man, please.
They're fun to look at, but they mean nothing. They mean as much as the Ravens' 21-game preseason streak.
What is that? No. All right, Andrew, let's get controversial.
Uh-oh.
There's NFL records that'll never be broken. Jerry Rice's receiving record will never be broken.
Yes.
Records will never be broken. You know what's never going to be broken?
This record, yes, I understand that.
No, so don't act like it's nothing.
My tweet said it's the NFT of sports stats. I don't know really what it means, but it probably means nothing.
It means Christian, that no one will ever do that
got big shoes to fill after Mullins Raider game.
No one's ever gonna do what the Ravens are doing right now. So look, all right. Confession, right? We're in a safe space. There's 320 people.
Safe space, yeah. It'll stay between us.
Okay, it'll stay between all of us. Degenerate Jason betted on the Ravens. You know why he did? Because they haven't fucking lost in 20 straight games.
Listen,
guess who made money yesterday? Me.
I've already admitted how much of a degenerate I'm gonna be.
My God.
You put 200 Niners money line on the free money. We're talking degenerate gambling.
Oh my God.
Hey man.
Also hit on the Ravens money line. You know what?
That's
not degenerate. Maybe.
Yeah, you're good. What? You're solid. No, listen.
All geniuses were labeled crazy first.
Sports gambling.
Talk to me nice.
Sports gambling isn't legal in California yet, but we're getting there, right? And
I love it.
I've already told my friends I'm very excited next year to gamble on the Little League World Series. So I'm like pre-degenerate gambler.
Nicholas,
I'm not quite there.
Talk to me nice. Yo, walk through your crib like Conor McGregor. That is huge BDE right there, man. Good for you, man. Appreciate you, man. This show is cooking right now.
We're all over the place right now.
No. Everybody's here for this. That's facts.
We're absolutely.
Long Island, let's go. Niners, Yankees fan. Let's console each other right now, man. Like, Yankees get walked off in the 10th by an inferior team, sliding. But we got the Niners, man, and we got our gambling. Shout out to you, Nicholas, man.
Yankees struggling, but it doesn't matter because the 49ers
still the best team in the AL.
49ers are back, though. That's my take. I don't even know. Did the Giants win today?
I don't know, man.
The Giants play?
Man? Christ, man, he's talking baseball. Kick his ass out. Paul Madison says
you literally just talked Yankees, but
the Giants it doesn't matter. The Yankees lost. They stink. Paul Madison says best SRO of the season. Hey man, we're just getting started. Wait till the Niners knock off Seattle in week 2. Wait till the Niners go into Denver and beat Russell Wilson in Denver. Ooh.
When Jason and I were in Santa Clara last week
gonna
together,
cook.
we were already talking about. I was like, Jason, what's the feel going to be on this podcast for the 2 weeks if the Niners play the Broncos in the Super Bowl? Like, what's the feel going to be? Because like Russell Wilson beat that one that was already in our thoughts. So yeah, if the Niners beat the Broncos week 3, this podcast is lit. George, thank you for the donation. Our fan base needs to get behind the starting quarterback. I don't know why people are still doubting him. The kid had a good game and no praises, but the backups are getting praises.
All right. Real quick. I'm going to get a little spicy.
Okay.
The unknown is what everybody's excited about. The unknown. You know why? Because we know what we know about the guy before.
Yeah.
And when your coach gets behind him and says, this is my guy, and then you pair that with the coach, the talent on his roster, that's why you're excited.
Yeah.
That's why we're all excited. Look, we don't know how this will end. And nobody with reasonable takes would tell you how they know how it ends. But you should be excited. And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't let anyone curb your excitement. Just don't speak in absolutes, because one way or another, we don't know how this ends. And I think that's why we're all excited.
Yes.
Because there is a world. Yeah, there is a world where things break in a way that 49er fans don't know, that don't end in pain.
Yeah.
And that's why you're excited, George. And I understand that, man. And I think that everybody should be excited when it comes to that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Christian Nunez wants to add, Cliff Kingsbury said Kyle Shanahan got the best swag in the league. First time I agree with Cliff Kingsbury. Not even close. You're welcome. And also, Andrew, during the Get Playback stream that we did, Akash,
yes,
Rich, Vish, and I, we all agreed Kyle's best look was when?
Yeah, not even close. Green Bay 2018, was it 18 or 17, whatever, the Monday
18.
night game. 18. Oh yeah, no, that's the best Kyle Shanahan look. That's the peak one. So if he needs it.
Shout out to you, Daniel, man. Thank you for ending your night with us.
Hey Daniel, we appreciate it. From Brazil, we love it. Have good sleeps. Have a good night.
Enjoy your night, and also get excited, man.
Yes, absolutely be excited. Quote, I got down. That was my first time sliding in my whole entire life, so that was good. Trey Lance on his first running attempt. Lance said he hasn't practiced sliding, but he's thought about
slide once in camp. He didn't slide once in camp.
Dude, that's big. That's big normal person vibes. Trey Lance saying he hasn't practiced sliding, but he's thought about. Like I haven't done a lot of things, but I've thought about doing a lot of things. So that feels good that me and Trey Lance have the same mindset on that.
So look, no, seriously, like I love that, Andrew. That's yes. Absolutely perfect. But maturity, there is teach tape for, and I don't want anybody to misconstrue this, but Kyler Murray should be teach tape for every single running quarterback, anybody who ever takes off, on how to slide. And I didn't see it at camp. And you start to get worried because at NDSU, he was bigger than everyone. And he just wanted to run everybody over. Yeah. I don't want to see that.
You can't do that in the NFL.
No.
It's not a good.
No. So the sliding today, while you guys are excited and I'm excited, shit, I'm not going to lie about the deep pass.
Yes.
I see growth when it comes to the sliding, man, because Russell Wilson, here's the thing. Russell Wilson will run, get 6 yards, and then put his team in a 3rd and 3. And you'll look at that and you'll be like, oh, it was just a 6-yard run. No, 3rd and 3 is much more manageable because he got down. Those are the things that you want to see from him. George has another donation, man. Appreciate the generosity. The Niners need to cut Jimmy Garoppolo by the end of the week if they can't get any trade for it, because the things the kid did today, Jimmy can never. George, I guess let's talk about it.
Okay.
All right. I want a Jimmy Garoppolo cut immediately, expeditiously, early on.
Expeditiously would be the word. Yeah, good word.
You like that, right? That's T.I. That's T.I. right there. But now the Browns thing is in front of you, right?
Yes.
And if Deshaun Watson's gone for a year, okay, now you're in business, because the Browns will consider Jimmy Garoppolo. If God forbid, and I am not wishing this, I promise you I'm not wishing this. If Zach Wilson has lost his season to an ACL, I was on the phone with my father during the game when I came back. Jimmy Garoppolo turns the Jets into a playoff contender.
Possible, yeah.
No, not possible. Not possible.
Okay.
A playoff contender. They're okay,
again, yeah, contender, yeah.
Oh yeah, if you're a playoff contender, that's possible. Laken Tomlinson's there. The defense is improved. Quan Alexander's there. Robert Saleh, Matt LaFleur. All this stuff feels like here's the glove, here's the hand. Fit it. So while I am just a guy who yells in front of a microphone, what if Kyle and John played this shit perfectly the entire time?
And it's something we've talked about. We don't want to openly talk about it because it requires an injury like Zach Wilson, and his ACL might be fine.
Real quick. He said the ACL is intact, but they haven't had the MRI.
Yeah.
I've heard from many coaches, it's not considered serious. He should be back in a few weeks. And then you hear he literally can't play the rest of the year. Let me be clear, and let me reiterate one more time. I don't want Zach Wilson to lose. I don't want Zach Wilson to lose his season.
No.
I don't. And I also look down on people. Look down on people who are now looking at the situation as a place to pounce on it because you're just like, let's move Jimmy Garoppolo to them. I don't like that because you are dehumanizing a guy who is going to lose his season, who puts his whole life into this. I am not talking in that way. What I'm saying is, if, God forbid, this is what happens with Zach. Yeah, exactly. All right. Peyton said it perfectly. Beckton's fine. Beckton's fine. Yeah, now Dwayne Brown is your replacement. I don't want this to happen.
Yes.
But let's just say.
Let's see what the MRI says too, right? Like that's the first big step.
And let's just say this. Jimmy Garoppolo was the backup to Zach Wilson, and Zach Wilson goes down. They're going to win more games with Jimmy Garoppolo than they are Zach Wilson, even though I believe Zach Wilson is a better bet for the future.
Yes.
And unfortunately, that's where Jimmy Garoppolo is going forward, a bridge quarterback to the next guy. Andrew, I'll let you talk real quick.
Yeah, and I think just back to the original comment that started this is why they haven't cut him is situations do happen, like the Browns not knowing the Deshaun Watson situation. Zach Wilson, obviously, big question mark right now. That could change tomorrow. That might not change tomorrow. We'll see. It's things happen and teams realize. I mean, even the Steelers situation, right, is the quarterbacks aren't as good as they thought in camp, and maybe they could be a possibility to trade for Jimmy Garoppolo. We'll see. We don't know. So, yeah, I mean, cutting him ended up being maybe the best thing, but it's something that's nice to have in their back pocket because they can cut him. They can, recoup the full cap savings and all that fun stuff. And, yeah, they could trade him still. And that's always been the best case scenario is not cutting him and trading him.
All right, real quick. Cliff Kingsbury, unprompted, wanted to defend 49ers coach Kyle Shanahan in his hat situation that Andrew brought up.
Yes, big situation that we were worried about.
I seen they are trying to make him change, and I just want to say, let my guy live. He's been one of the most swaggiest coaches for his entire career. Kyle, I got you, buddy. Yeah, Nick, I got you, man. I retweeted your betting slip. That is electric. But at the same time, look, again, let's get back to what we're talking about. I think we're all kind of desperate for this Jimmy situation to come to some sort of resolution. And I said this yesterday. I don't need draft picks. What I need is a resolution. That's it. I just need a resolution. I need this to be done. And if you want to throw a draft pick, cool. Yes. But what I need is a resolution. And again, the 49ers have slow played this, waiting for an injury, God forbid. They weren't praying for an injury, but they were maybe in training camp the guy isn't the guy you believe he is. And I've always felt that Jimmy needs to go to a place that is a fringe playoff team or a playoff team to make this happen. Deshaun Watson played football today. That is weird.
Yeah.
But
not great.
He didn't necessarily look good either. But it wasn't necessarily because of him. A lot of people have these conspiracy theories that the wide receivers for the Browns dropped many passes on purpose today. And don't even bring this up. 49er Shaolin says, well, Jimmy G to the Jets, good for you, Aponte. No. Open this, and that's MetLife Stadium. I don't need this man anywhere near me anymore. It's the circle of life. I cannot get away from this man if I even tried. Why would Jimmy Garoppolo make it over here? Like, please, man. If you make a move, it's fine. We'll take anything at this point. If he ends up with the Jets, it makes sense because the Jets would actually be competitive, put something on the field for their fan base. You got to put people in the seats. And I think that's what a lot of people forget about. Like, oh, well, the plan is this and that. It doesn't matter if people aren't coming to watch you. And Jimmy G going there, that would put people in the seats, man. The Jets fan base, do it, Andrew. Gabba your ghoul. And that would be fine for them, man. It really would. It really would. Yeah. But at the same time, I don't want to wish anything on Zach Wilson, and I don't want this to, like, you know, in any way. Like, I don't wish injury on anybody. And the 49ers, if they don't have a trade partner, have only themselves and Jimmy Garoppolo for his surgery to blame for this. Yeah. So if it does end up this way, that's fine. But I don't want to wish injury on anybody to do that at all. Look, Zach says the same thing. As a fellow New Yorker, I don't want Jimmy G over here. Look, all right. The 49ers play usually at 4 o'clock over here. At 1 o'clock, we have to watch the Jets or the Giants. You mean to tell me that I have to watch Jimmy Garoppolo again? Why? Like, come on, man. Help me.
Just to break off from the Jimmy Garoppolo conjecture, Jason, can I ask a question that I've been waiting 7 months to ask? You wanna do 3 stars?
Oh my God, go for it, please.
I'll do 3 stars,
and then we can end it here.
Yeah, we'll end it. I got some Chick-fil-A waiting. I'm very excited.
Oh wow! What kind of Chick-fil-A? Did you get the bone-in wings?
No,
is that available to you?
I got the spicy chicken sandwich.
Deluxe or regular?
Just regular. I don't.
Oh my God, Andrew! Sandwich. You and I are kindred spirits. The regular.
I also got
Chick-fil-A.
I also got a 5-piece chicken nugget on the side, so we're
5.
Yeah, you know, just keep it light. You know,
you gotta step that up, man. It's got to be
okay.
8.
I apologize. 8. Okay, next time I'll do 8.
Look,
3 stars. Shame on me. Hey, Paul, listen, man. I want to say something mean about Manchester United, but I won't because I'm a Wolves fan. Wolves play tomorrow at 7 in the morning. I'm waking up. My 3rd star, I'm going to go Tyrion Davis-Price, 10 carries, 36 yards. I watch the ball when I watch football, so I'm not going to give you any in-depth linebackers or lineman stuff right now. I know Burford played well. I want my 3rd star to be Tyrion Davis-Price because you see how quick his cuts are. He runs so physically. He's fast. Jason said it right. He's got that quick 0 to 60 speed. He might have been the guy who impressed me the most to be my 3rd star. There's somebody else who's going to impress me a little more, who's going to be higher up. But I'm going to go Tyrion Davis-Price 3.
My 3rd one is going to be Kamiko Toure. And this just continues the last few practices that he's had on the way out. And he will be the guy that Samson Ebukam became at the end of the year. Arden Key was down the stretch. Charles Omenihu was down the stretch. This defensive line, and I'm going to continue to repeat it, is deeper than it was in 2019. Never as top heavy because you'll never be able to get those first 4 guys. Kamiko Toure is my 3rd star.
Toure is my 1st honorable mention. My 2nd.
And Dawson is a big LSU guy, man. So you made him very happy, man.
Yes. Listen, I didn't watch a ton on TDP out of college, but reading his style, reading all that stuff, he was probably the player not named my 2nd star, Samuel Womack. I was excited to see what he looked like on the field and to see it for the first time. It looks good.
Now get crazy.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I'll say over, but I
go
reserve the
for it.
right to change my mind later. I was
No,
really impressed with him.
I would say over two. I would say over two because they're saying the streets are saying, Schefter is saying, sources are saying that Elijah Mitchell is going to be fine for week 1. But what if he's not?
Yeah.
And that would just open the door for that. So I'll say over.
Yeah, well, let's go over. Let's get wild. Second star, Samuel Womack. I mean, I mentioned it earlier. 2 interceptions. Both were plays he made. Niners have that slot position wide open, and I think he has the strongest grip on it right now. I know the situation of Jason Verrett starting and Mosley playing slot is a thing that exists. I don't think that's going to happen. I think if you're just looking between Denard and a Womack at that slot position, I'm going to go with Womack right now. So Womack, my second star.
Womack is my second, and I'm going to agree with you 100%. Ran with the ones. The team clearly has confidence in him. If he is able to turn the ball over and run fit the way that K'Wan Williams will, I see further upside with this team, and it only furthers my propaganda that this defense is going to be the best under Kyle Shanahan. Yes. And John Lynch the entire time. So yes,
it's definitely there.
Womack, my number 2. Do you want to do number 1?
I think we could do our 3-2. Okay, so on 3, 1, 2, 3, Trey Lance.
Trey Lance.
Yes, Trey Lance.
God.
The throw is all I needed. Literally,
my God.
The second he made the throw, I told myself it doesn't matter what anybody else does. Trey Lance, number 1. The throw is amazing. I mean, you hope that that's not the first time, or not. It is the first time, but we're hoping it's not the only time we see that Trey Lance did Andy Gray hook up. It was electric. It felt like the Trey Lance big play in the preseason last year. I fell in love with him all over again tonight. Mm-hmm. And that throw, him moving around the pocket, he looks the part, man. So Trey Lance, number 1 star, not even close.
Trey Lance carries himself every single day in press conferences the right way. It doesn't matter what happens in practice. Look like a guy who continues to keep his eyes down the field. Vishal makes a great point. Tyreek Hill said 26 on the 49ers is real, and I will listen to the guy who is faster than everyone. One more time, Chris Roy wants to put his 3 in. 3, coaching staff, won't argue there. 2, Lance, 1, Womack. Will not argue with any of these things at all, man. Appreciate you again for the donation.
Is this the year we're taking the people's 3 stars? Preseason, we're trying new things. I love it. I'm into it.
Hey, if we're going to start doing that, then I'm cool with that as well, too. But
I'm into it.
Yes. Today, what I saw, again, a good rep doesn't necessarily result in a completion. A bad rep doesn't necessarily result in a completion. It's you have to watch it all. Watch everything. And this man keeps his eyes down the field. He looked good in the pocket without Trent Williams. Don't act like that won't help eventually when he gets there. When he gets to week 1, and he starts to look at who's in the pocket, who's looking at me. Oh my goodness, man!
We got Brad, the legend.
We got a celebrity. Hold on, man. We got a celebrity on the way out of the game, man. Brad Graham, man. Will you stop playing with us, man? This is how you know we made it, Andrew Pasquini. This is how you know we made it, man. This man. First of all, if I can, real quick, just go off a little bit. Brad Graham.
We love him.
Great content creator.
Yes.
Better human being.
Yes.
Way better human being. I have friends that I have in real life. I have friends that I've met on the internet.
Get his new one in there.
Brad Graham is family.
Yes.
And we are Team SF Niners over here. Stop playing with us. Don't talk about anybody else at this point. But at this point, man, Brad, appreciate you, bro. We love everything that you do for this team. We love all of the content that you bring us. Yo, shout out to Sourdough Squad, man. Yo, that got me hyped, man. Forget Trey Lance's throw, man. Brad Graham joined our live. What are we talking about, bro? What are we talking about at this point, man? Now, this is like Pasquini. This is when we made it, man. This is right now when we made it, man.
We made it, and we have 300 plus people in right now.
Wake up, honey. Brad Graham site.
Great time to mention. If you're not subscribed to the Sprint Right Option podcast, great time to do it. We're wherever you get your podcasts at. We go live every Monday and Friday post Niner games. We're doing a Friday night live stream after week 1 of the preseason because I'm probably not going to remember week 1 of the preseason by Monday, so we're doing it now. But yeah, listen, if this is year 3 of doing this, if I could get a little sentimental before we get out of here, year 3 of doing this, we're hoping this is the year we take that next step. It's all about preseason's about taking the next step. So listen, anytime you go take an Uber or a Lyft, you ask your Uber driver, hey, Sprint Right Option podcast, get that on right now. We want to listen to it. As much help as you guys give us, we appreciate each and every one of you. It's been a fun ride, and year 3 is going to be just as fun as the first 2. So tell all your friends, Sprint Right Option podcast, 2022 is the season. Jason, any last thoughts before we get out of here and I go enjoy some Chick-fil-A?
No, man, enjoy your Chick-fil-A. 49er fans, get excited. Get excited. Don't jump off the bridge yet. Like we're good. Like we want to put ourselves out there as the most knowledgeable fans, and things happen today that you should be excited about.
This is the time to be excited. It is literally week 1 of the preseason. The 49ers are 1-0. Have fun with it, man, because once the regular season turns over and things get a little more serious.
This is the biggest question.
Oh, that's a great question. I don't know. I don't know because my girlfriend picked it up and I don't know what there is. So I'm pretty excited.
So, all right. So real quick, if Andrew Pasquini had his choices of Chick-fil-A sauces, let's do it real quick before we dip.
I'm a basic white guy, so I'm a big ranch guy. I'm a big honey mustard guy. I don't have their Chick-fil-A sauce as much as I should. I'm just listing them all at this point. Barbecue and honey mustard are probably my 2 go-to. So there you go. I just listed all of them.
And if you want to talk about basic bitches, I am the buffalo sauce basic bitch. Like that's all I ever get.
Are we really going to turn this into another wings conversation like we did with Javi?
No, we aren't. What we're going to turn it into is Andrew Pasquini, as always.
I guess I'm ending it. Let's go Niners.
Let's go Niners. Welcome, everybody.
We are live.
My name is Jason Aponte.
I am Andrew Pasquini.
We're working. That's it. We're working over here. That's it. Let's go Niners.